Recently, I learned about the Cooper color code. Now, this is an awareness spectrum that was created by Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Cooper back in the 1970s. I'm curious to see where you may think that you fall on the spectrum. So let's go ahead and dive right in and talk about each one of the conditions. Now, the very first condition is condition white. Now, this is the very lowest on the totem pole when it comes to the spectrum, and this is unaware. We see these types of people all over. Now, it's not a surprise that a majority of the people fall into this condition, condition white. It's a condition of unawareness. Maybe engulfed in your phone, you got earbuds on, you're not really looking or worried about what's happening around you, what's in your location or people that are around you. Now, this is where most people get victimized. Now, I would like to say that in the second condition is where I fall, the condition yellow. Now, this is a calm but observant, casually scanning your environment consistently, trying to find something that may be out of place or something that may not necessarily fit the environment or potentially, based on any previous training or observations or experiences, could be a potential threat. Now, this is something that really doesn't drain too much energy and it doesn't lead to exhaustion. It's not a level of paranoia. It's just a level of paying attention, which I'm sure you could appreciate. This is really a baseline for anyone that has training. And with my past training in law enforcement, as well as the classes that I take, this type of training almost exposes you because you learn about scenarios that can happen, that have happened, and it really just in the back of your mind, you know that it's possible, so it heightens that level of awareness a little bit more. Now, the next one is condition orange. This is specific and a specific level of alertness. Now, this is something that could be a potential threat. You've observed something and it doesn't seem right, but you're not quite sure that it can lead to anything further. Maybe it's someone that's out of place. Maybe it's a situation or a conversation that's engaging. Maybe it's an altercation, but not yet there. It's really kind of a heightened level. Now you're past yellow. Now you're into orange. What you also may do if it's something that could potentially affect your safety or your family's safety is you start to really kind of create distance away from that threat. And that's where condition yellow comes in handy. Because if you didn't have that condition or you don't stay in that condition, this won't allow you to act quickly or create that distance, which is probably one of the most important things. Now, most situations resolve it here without any type of escalation, but that level of awareness is going to put you ahead of the game, one step ahead of the situation in order to get yourself out of it or react to it. Now, condition red. Now, this is the fight condition. The threat is real and imminent. Now, action is required. Now, whether that's a self-defense action, leaving the scene completely, really depends on the specific scenario. This is also, it could be engaging the threat, verbal, physical, or even introducing a tool to engage. Now, there's no more assessment. This is just a response. Training and preparation take over on this. So those that are a part of the community, they understand that training is important. And this is where that training starts to come into play. So training, very, very important. Condition black. Now, this is where the SHIT hits the fan, and this is where there's a level of overwhelm that comes into the picture. Panic, frozen, ineffective are things that can happen during this period, especially if training isn't up to the level that it needs to be. There's a loss of motor skills, tunnel vision comes in, heart rate elevates, you lose those fine dexterity skills, and a lot of the large motor skills come into play that is also reinforced with your training. This is what happens when people jump from a white to red with no training. So if you're unaware, something happens and you're immediately thrown into red, this is where a lot of things can go wrong. The goal here is never to get here through proper awareness and preparation. So again, maintaining a level of condition yellow is going to help prevent a lot of things that go on. Really, the principles here is the untrained live in the white condition. So up your level of training, put yourself in yellow. You'll not only help yourself from a self-defense standpoint, but the people around you and create a level of awareness of potential threats that hopefully never happen.